Well, as we look at memory verse 26, 1 Timothy 6:10, we have it here. For the love of money is the root of all evil, which, while some have coveted after, they have erred from the faith and pierced themselves through with many sorrows. We notice that our verse starts with 4. And whenever you see a 4, you know it's connected to what goes before. So let's read verses 6 to 9 in chapter 6 of 1 Timothy to give us the background. Why is he saying, for the love of money is the root of all evil? So he says, but godliness with contentment is great gain. The key, okay? Godliness, meaning righteousness, walking with God, walking in obedience, and being content, you have great gain. For we brought nothing into this world, and it is certain that we carry nothing out. And so everything that we do isn't for this world. It isn't to see how much we can get, how popular, how intelligent, or any of those, but rather what's done for the future, right? We won't take anything out of this world. Having food and raiment, let us be therewith content. Okay, so food and covering, clothes, house for protection, place to live. We should be content with that. Then it says, but they that will be rich, and so that's the contrast is but, right? Having contentment versus those who desire wealth. They want to be wealthy. They want to be able to have everything that they can think of, and so they live for money. And what happens? They fall into temptation and a snare and many foolish and hurtful lusts, which drown men in destruction and perdition. Why? Because they've wandered away from God. Now, why does desiring to be rich cause problems? 4. Okay, so they that will be rich fall into temptation. Why? Because the love of money is the root of all evil. And notice we put love here in yellow because money isn't the root of all evil, but it's the love of money. When money takes the place of God, when everything we live for is money, then of course it's the root of all evil. So we can say wealth isn't a sin, but wealth becomes a problem when we desire to get wealthy, when we desire riches, and that thinking that will make us happy, that gullible idea that the world teaches that if we just had enough things, if we just had enough money, we would be happy. But in actuality, it takes us away from God and it brings destruction to our lives. And so for the love of money is the root of all evil. Now, it's interesting because in the Greek, the root of all evil is emphasized. It says the root of all evil is the love of money. And so it's basically saying when you desire money, it causes great problems. And then it goes on to say, which some, so the love of all money is evil, the root of all evil, and some love money, right? Some love money. They coveted after it. That was their desire. They coveted versus contentment. They wanted more. They weren't content. So they covered after money. And what does it do? They have erred from the faith. It's telling us that they've been deceived. And that money is actually taking them away from God. It takes them away from the faith, and it pierces themselves through with many sorrows. We never have enough if we desire to have money, and in the end, we become very sorrowful. And as we get older, we realize more and more, I have these things, but what good have they been in my life? How have they changed me? And so the emphasis then is our walk with God, godliness with contentment is great gain. Be content with what we have. It doesn't mean we turn away from a good job or we're able to make money. It's not the point. The point is, if that money is controlling us, if that is our desire, it will turn us away from God. And one of the saddest things that I've seen is when parents make the love of money their aim in life, then it causes their children to desire money rather than to want to walk with God. And so let's, in our home, let's practice the truth that we want to have a relationship with God, we want to be godly, and we want to be content and not allow money to control us. And so let's keep that in our minds as we go through this week.